Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Paul Pogba has denied claims that he's been offered a new £500,000 a week contract at Manchester United. The Sun said yesterday that Manchester United offered Paul Pogba a £500,000 a week contract. That would have made him the highest paid player in Premier League history. Pogba's contract at Man United expires in the summer. Revert back to the start of the season, he rejected a new Man United contract offer. By the way, Ralph Rangnick has provided us with an injury update on Paul Pogba. He said Paul Pogba is out for another 4 to 5 weeks. If Pogba leaves Manchester United this year, he will leave in the summer, because revert back towards the end of last year, it said Man United are not negotiating a Paul Pogba transfer this month and expect Pogba to stay this month. He's had a long-running transfer saga. He's been relentlessly linked with Real Madrid. His former club Juventus have been in for him. Pogba did endure 4 good years with Juventus before he re-signed for Man United. PSG are also in for him. Barcelona have been in for him before, and so too have Inter Milan. Pogba has made 212 appearances since he re-signed, and he's scored 38 goals. This season is his 6th season at Man United since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. Manchester United paid £89 million for him, so reflecting on that, is our most expensive signing at the moment. We had Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Ferguson era, but had to let him go due to limited appearances. Now, I want to give you some news on Mauricio Pochettinho. So Mauricio Pochettinho is waiting for Manchester United to come calling over the manager's job. Says Pochettinho could take charge of Manchester United in the summer. Earlier on this season, Pochettinho did say a few times that he's happy at PSG and he wouldn't let the Man United rumours distract him. Pochettinho's got like a full season left on his PSG contract. I think he has won a French Cup at PSG. Revert back to when Manchester United sacked Jose Mourinho. Manchester United should have got Pochettinho, but the club decided to go with Solskjaer instead. Before Pochettinho managed Tottenham, he endured 5.5 years at Tottenham, and analysing the vast majority of his managerial tenure at Tottenham, Tottenham were competing in and out of the top 4. But back in 2018, he got Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final, and he almost won the league when he was Tottenham manager. Before he managed Southampton, he only enjoyed a short tenure at Southampton, but he still managed to guide Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League. So they're the clubs he's managed in the Premier League, and before Pochettinho managed Espanyol. Ralph Rangnick is already under pressure at Manchester United. Obviously, 17 Manchester United players are unhappy with Ralph Rangnick and want to leave. Rangnick has been told that transfer funds are available this month. So reflecting on that, Rangnick will be backed by the Glazers, as the club are dealing with the dressing room crisis. Manchester United lost to Wolves last Monday night. That was Rangnick's first defeat as Manchester United manager. And it was the first time Wolves won at Old Trafford since 1980. So Rangnick is Manchester United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then it did mention that he will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. There again, he got warned he could lose the consultancy role if he fails to get Manchester United into the Champions League. I think Rangnick is blameless for the poor performances. You know, the players have to take responsibility for the poor performances. And like I mentioned the other day, the players are the biggest problem at Manchester United at this moment in time because they're not performing. You know, since Rangnick come in, you know, he's made changes, of course, because earlier on this season he brought Ewan Sharp in as an assistant coach and analyst. He also brought Chris Armas in as an assistant coach, and he brought Saz Chalens in as a sports psychologist. Before Man United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. I'm very, very sceptical that Rangnick will get offered the Man United job on a permanent basis. He's only got a chance of getting the job on a permanent basis if he can turn things around. But in the summer, Man United will appoint a permanent manager. Man United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Because Manchester United have already sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson sacked David Moyes after 10 months. Then sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. Man United did win the FA Cup under Louis van Gaal. Then Man United sacked Jose Mourinho after like 2.5 years. Mourinho did win, 3 trophies in his first season. So he enjoyed one good season at Man United, but the reasons it didn't work out under Mourinho is because he had bad disputes with the board, because the board didn't get the players he wanted to recommend in, and he had bad disputes with the top players. And last year, Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer following the 4-1 defeat to Watford. Solskjaer was Manchester United manager for almost 3 years. Erik ten Hag is leading the race to become Manchester United's next manager. There's a lot of United fans that would like to see Erik ten Hag come in. You've got to admire the work he's done at Ajax. You know, he's won some trophies at Ajax. Back in 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. And I like the way he develops young players. He's been in charge of Ajax for 5 years. He's got a contract with them till 2023. Before Ajax, Erik ten Hag managed Utrecht. Before then, he managed Bayern Munich's reserves. And before then, he managed Go Ahead Eagles. Do you think Manchester United will make a signing in this January transfer window? Well, I'm hoping we can make a signing. I do think there'll be more outgoings this month than incomings though, but there's a lot of players that Manchester United have been linked with. Obviously, you know the news on Julian Alvarez from River Plate. The other day it said Julian Alvarez is set to join Manchester United after Ralph Rangnick held talks with the player's agent earlier on this week. So it said Alvarez is set to become the first signing of the Rangnick era. Man United are prepared to pay the £17 million release clause to sign Julian Alvarez. Alvarez is at River Plate. He's been at River Plate for a long time. You know, he risen up their academy and that. His contract at River Plate expires this year. He's mainly a forward, but he can also be deployed as a winger. He's only the age of 21. Man United were in for Haaland, we're no longer in for Haaland now. Haaland's already mentioned that he wants to go to Spain, but last year it mentioned that Rangnick wants Erling Haaland, and Rangnick spoke with Erling Haaland's father, Alf Hinch Haaland, over the possibility of his son signing for Man United this year. He did mention that Man United are ready to trigger Haaland's release clause. Haaland's release clause is 68 million, but the release clause doesn't become active until the summer. We've been linked with Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona, but I don't want Ousmane Dembele at Manchester United because he's too injury prone. There was been rumours of a Ousmane Dembele and Anthony Martial swap deal. We've been linked to Ruben Neves from Wolves recently. It said Manchester United are interested in him. Man United are leading the chase for Ruben Neves, and Man United could bid around 35 million this month. Man United have already held talks with Ruben Neves' agent George Mendes. Sources say that Ruben Neves is ready to move on from Wolves, as he's eager to show his skills at a bigger club. We're also in for Boubacar Kamara from Marseille. Declan Rice, he's been a long-term target for Manchester United. It did say that Man United are confident of landing Declan Rice for 100 million in the summer, as West Ham's disappointing December give Man United a huge boost in their chances of signing Declan Rice. And Jude Bellingham, he's also been a long-term target for Man United as well. Bellingham's at Dortmund now, but revert back to when he was at Birmingham. Man United tried to get him. So there you go. When Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. Rangnick's made it clear that he wants a centre defensive midfielder. At Man United. Players are going to depart the club this year. Dean Henderson, he will leave Manchester United this year. We're looking to get rid of Dean Henderson permanently, because towards the end of last year it said Rangnick told Dean Henderson he cannot leave Man United on loan this month. Henderson doesn't really get in goal, does he? Because last summer De Gea reclaimed that number one spot back. You know, Henderson has only made 2 appearances this season. He'll probably be in goal for the game against Villa on Monday, so that will be his 3rd appearance of this season. Earlier on this season, Henderson had COVID for a while, but towards the end of last season he got that number 1 jersey, did Dean Henderson, and he did well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. Henderson regrets signing a new long-term contract at Man United, because was it before the start of last season he signed a 5-year contract with an option of a 6th year. Henderson has got experience behind him because he did endure 2 successful loans at Sheffield. He's also had other loan spells before with Stockport, Grimsby and Shrewsbury. Diego Dalot, I think there's a good chance that he'll be leaving this year. Dalot appeared to be our first choice right back under Rangnick, but obviously the last couple of games Rangnick's decided to start Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Dalot's had some good games this season. Especially under Rangnick. Dalot last season had a loan spell with AC Milan, so reflecting on that, he gained some experience. Manchester United got Dalot from Porto for around £19 million. Eric Bailly, he'll be leaving the club this year. You know, Eric Bailly doesn't really get in the team, does he? Bailly's not available at the moment anyway. He's at the African Cup of Nations. Bailly surprisingly started against Burnley last Thursday night, but obviously went off injured in the game. The concern about Bailly is too injury prone. Towards the end of last season, he signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. Manchester United got Bailly from Villarreal back in 2016 for 30 million. So Bailly's been at the club now for around 6 years. Phil Jones, will offload him this year. Phil Jones doesn't really get in the team, does he? But he did play last Monday night against Wolves because obviously Harry Maguire picked up a knock. Jones was very impressive against Wolves. He was our best player, you know, defensively good, brought the ball out well from the back, made some good blocks and some good clearances. It was his first Premier League appearance in, 2 years. At one point, Jones was out with a knee injury for a while. Did you know that Jones is only the outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era? He's been a long-serving player at the club. This season is Phil Jones' 11th season at Man United. We could offload Tellez this year. Like I said, Pogba, if he leaves this year, he'll leave in the summer. Nemanja Matic, we'll offload him this year. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he still seems to get his opportunities. Matic is only the predominant centre defensive midfielder that Man United have got. I've always had my reservations about Matic because he's always been a static midfielder, but despite that, he's had his good games at Man United. Man United got Matic from Chelsea back in 2017 for 40 million, so Matic has been at Man United for around 5 years now. Donny Van Der Beek, he'll probably leave in the summer because I have been hearing that Van Der Beek is not allowed to leave Manchester United this month. Donny Van Der Beek remains keen on leaving Man United in this January transfer window. He recently held talks with Ralph Rangnick to discuss his future, and not so long ago Van Der Beek had a bust up with his agent, so reflecting on that, he's unable to leave this month. Bayern Munich are no longer in for Van Der Beek, I've been hearing, and last summer Everton should have signed Van Der Beek. I don't blame Van Der Beek for wanting to leave because he's not getting enough opportunities at Manchester United. I thought when we brought Rangnick in, you know, Van Der Beek was going to get the opportunities he was demanding under Solskjaer, but obviously he hasn't. You know, Van Der Beek has only scored, 2 goals for the club, and he's been a Manchester United player for over a year and a half now. This season's his second full season at Man United, and Manchester United got Van Der Beek for 40 million with add-ons included. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025 as an option of a further year, and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Jesse Lingard, he'll be leaving the club as well this year. I think West Ham have revived their interest. The second half of last season, Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. Lingard doesn't get in our team, does he? But he has been part of Manchester United for a long time. He risen up our academy, and that his contract at the club expires in the summer. Towards the end of last year, it did say that Lingard will be staying at Man United this month to fight for his place under Ralph Rangnick. Man United will loan Amad Diallo out this year. Juan Mata, he'll be leaving the club this year. There's a good chance he'll leave this month. I think Mata will either go back to Spain or he'll go to the MLS. Mata's contract expires in the summer because revert back to last year, Man United extended Juan Mata's contract for a further year. I can't really understand why, because Mata doesn't really get in the team, plus he's ageing up. And he's lost that yard of pace. But despite all of that, he's had a good career at Manchester United as Mata. You know, he's made over 200 appearances in all competitions and he's scored over 50 goals. Mata's been at Manchester United for 8 years, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. We got Juan Mata from Chelsea back in 2014 for 40 million. Brought him in under the David Moyes era. Edison Cavani, he'll probably leave in the summer. Man United are reluctant to let Cavani leave on a free transfer this month, and prior to the Wolves game, Rangnick did say that he's desperate for Cavani to stay at Manchester United until the end of the season. Cavani's contract at the club expires in the summer. Barcelona have been in for Cavani last year. It said Cavani agreed to join Barcelona on an 18-month contract. Barcelona seen him as a replacement for Aguero. Aguero retired due to heart problems. Barcelona though signed Ferran Torres. Juventus have been in for Cavani as well, and last year Cavani rejected a move to Boca Juniors. Manchester United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Got a good pedigree behind him, Cavani. Look at the amount of silverware he won when he was at PSG. And he was also a long-serving player when he was at PSG. And Martial, he'll be leaving Manchester United as well this year. There's a good chance he'll leave this month. Martial has rejected Newcastle. Like I said not so long ago, there was talks of a Ousmane Dembele and Martial swap deal. It's Sevilla that want Martial. And if Sevilla can improve their loan offer, there's a chance they'll get him, because last year Manchester United rejected a loan offer from Sevilla for Martial. He mentioned that Martial's wages were the stumbling block. Last year Rangnick confirmed that Martial wants to leave Man United, as Martial did hold talks with Rangnick over his future, and Martial's agents already confirmed that Martial wants to leave this month. He's demanding more game time. He's getting nowhere near enough game time at Manchester United. He's actually been out of injury recently. He's no longer good enough to represent the club, Martial. You know, the best season he's enjoyed at Man United was his debut season under Louis van Gaal. To be fair, he was pretty impressive last season as well. Man United paid an initial fee of 36 million for Martial from Monaco back in 2015. You know, Martial's been at Manchester United for around 7 years. He's under contract with the club until 2024, and he's scored 79 goals in 268 appearances in all competitions. And obviously, you know the news on Cristiano Ronaldo. It recently said that Cristiano Ronaldo is ready to quit Manchester United if the club's next manager isn't to his liking. The other week, Ronaldo's agent Jorge Mendes said that Ronaldo's very happy at Manchester United. But there again, Ronaldo himself came out and said that I'm not happy at Manchester United. Ronaldo is demanding more. Now, as you all know, Manchester United play Aston Villa at Old Trafford in the FA Cup third round on Monday the 10th of January. It's a 5-8 kick-off. Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 1-0 defeat to Wolves at Old Trafford. It was a very poor performance against Wolves, so we need to see a much better performance against Villa on Monday than what we saw against Wolves. Like I said on my predicted 11, you know, Rangnick will rotate for this game. We've got some players missing, as you all know. Martial's recently been injured. Lindelof's recently had COVID. Has he got it now? I'm not too sure. Pogba, like I said, he's out for another 4 to 5 weeks, so he definitely won't be playing against Villa. Harry Maguire, you know, he's recently been out with a knock, but reports are saying he could be back in contention for this game. We've got obviously Eric Bailly at the African Cup of Nations. So yeah. But you know what? This will be a difficult game against Aston Villa. You know, Aston Villa have got good players in their team that could cause Manchester United problems. You know, obviously Villa have got Leon Bailey, He's made an impact. Aston Villa got Leon Bailey from Bayer Leverkusen. Leon Bailey's out with injury. Villa have also got Ollie Watkins. He's one of the best players that Villa have got. Ollie Watkins has just recovered from COVID. Ollie Watkins is a former Brentford player. They've also got Danny Ings as well. He's made an impact at Villa. Villa got Danny Ings from Southampton. I thought Ings was good when he was at Southampton. They've also got Anwar El Ghazi. That's a good attacking player. They've got Trezeguet. He's good. He's on international duty at the moment. Bertrand Traore. He's quite good. He's at the African Cup of Nations. Aston Villa have now got Philippe Coutinho. Yesterday it got confirmed that Aston Villa signed Philippe Coutinho on loan from Barcelona until the end of the season. Coutinho's out with COVID, so he won't be playing in this game on Monday, but reports are saying that Coutinho could make his Aston Villa debut against Man United in the league. They've also got John McGinn. He's probably the best player that Villa have actually got. Manchester United have been linked with John McGinn. They've also got Sanson. They've got Douglas Luiz. There's a lot of people that don't really rate Douglas Luiz. They've also got Jacob Ramsey. They've got Marvellous Nakamba. Nakamba is out with injury at the moment. Aston Villa have also got Ashley Young. Ashley Young recently suffered a toe injury. I'm not too sure if he's going to be able to play in this game. Young is in the second spell at Aston Villa. You know, Young is a former Manchester United player. Young was a long-serving player at Man United. Ashley Young was at Manchester United for around 8.5 years. You know, when we offloaded Young, he went to Inter Milan from us. But if Young can play in this game, he'll be reuniting with Man United. Villa have got Tyrone Mings as well. That's a very good centre-half. Man United were linked with him a while ago. They've got Buendia, who they got from Norwich. They've got Matt Targett and Matty Cash. They've got Ezri Konsa as well. That's good. And one of the goalkeepers Villa have got is Martinez. Let me put into the equation that Aston Villa lost Jack Grealish to Man City. Villa, though, did get £100 million for him. And Tuanzebe has obviously joined Napoli on loan, so he left Aston Villa. The manager of Aston Villa is Steven Gerrard. I think Steven Gerrard has enjoyed a good start to his managerial career at Aston Villa. When Steven Gerrard got appointed in as Aston Villa's manager, he signed a 3.5-year contract. By the way, this will be Steven Gerrard's first time at Old Trafford as a manager. Before Villa, Steven Gerrard managed Rangers. He did well at Rangers because he won the Scottish Premiership with them. And before then, he managed Liverpool's under-18s. Before Steven Gerrard, Villa had Dean Smith, but they sacked Dean Smith earlier on this season. Dean Smith is obviously the Norwich City manager now. Villa obviously lost their last game against Brentford 2-1. I think Villa have lost around 3 games so far under Gerrard. Villa won at Old Trafford in the league earlier on this season, 1-0. that was the first time Aston Villa won at Old Trafford since 2009. But yeah, next week Man United play Villa twice within a week, because we play them on Monday in the Cup, and then we play them Saturday the 15th of January in the league. And then obviously after Aston Villa in the league, it is Brentford. As you all know, Man United's game against Brentford got rearranged to Wednesday the 19th of January. Man United were supposed to play Brentford on Tuesday the 14th of December last year, but the game got postponed because of a COVID outbreak at Man United. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless you all again very, very soon.